Hey, fearless fundraisers. This is Benjamin Farrell, and it's time to buckle up for a new episode of Raise Nation, the one and only podcast made to inspire fundraisers like you to continue making impact in our communities, building better tomorrows, and exchanging ideas. So whether you're a trailblazer or a seasoned pro, you'll pick up the trends that will transform your fundraising. And together, we're going to dive into lively conversations and chat with industry-leading fundraisers and thought leaders to explore hot-button issues and innovative ideas. So stay with us for the next 30 minutes while we inspire you to embrace the future of fundraising. So let's get going. I'm excited to welcome my co-host here today, longtime fundraising veteran and legend, Dawn Lego. Dawn, how are you this morning?
Good morning, Ben. I am fantabulous. It's so good to be here and doing the morning show with you. Raise was amazing yesterday, so can't wait to talk about it. How are you doing?
Look, I'm fired up. I'm energized after yesterday. All the great sessions, coming away with great tools as we head into this fall fundraising season, which is going to be absolutely packed with both in-person events, online events, and of course, a little combination of the two. So I've got a lot of new tools in the toolbox. How about you?
Well, I hear you. That's true. There was so much note-taking yesterday and great positive energy and feedback. So I hope all of our fearless fundraisers are just feeling empowered, right? To do their job's hard, very hard. And they're building better tomorrows, and to give them some backbone for what they can do Wednesday morning when they wake up and take all this great knowledge and put it into action is super exciting. It was just a great day filled with just the whole community, the whole nonprofit community coming together. It was great to see.
It was great to see. And I tell you what I walked away with yesterday is how many success stories that we heard. The variety of the way people are fundraising, the creativity from all the different markets across the country. They were so successful. And I think the key, one of the big takeaways was just that you've got to keep fundraising. You've got to keep fundraising and allow your donors to kind of meet you where you are and you meet them where they are. And wherever that middle place is, Dawn, for many resulted in great success.
Well, what struck me is we spoke to countless fundraisers yesterday, and there were so many wonderful presentations and wall posts, but I really heard a common denominator. It was keep going. Try something. Something is better than nothing. It's okay if it's not great. Learn from it, but just keep going. Be authentic and ask. Ask your donors, ask your stakeholders. What is it that is important to you? Make sure that they have skin in the game and that you're taking what's in it for them is being taken into consideration. And Ben, we heard that over and over and over and over again. And some of our guests didn't really collaborate beforehand. It was all the same questions with the same answers. So I think that's really powerful when you're getting that type of consistency across so many thought leaders.
You're absolutely right. And I think that consisted, they've said, heard it many times, success leaves clues. So I think it's important for all of us fundraisers to listen to those who have tried and failed and tried and succeeded. And another thing that we heard was you got to take care of yourself. Mental health and self-care. We know that the working from home and online environment has that opportunity to increase your working hours. And so take a moment, however, if you want to schedule that for yourself or do this as a daily practice, but you got to take care of yourself, because if you're not energized and raring to go, it is easy to be overwhelmed. Don't you agree?
Absolutely. It's no different than when you're flying and on the plane. They say, when the oxygen drops, should the oxygen drop, put your mask on first and then take care of the person next to you. I think it's that kind of approach, they say in the home, when mom's okay, everyone's okay. So, that kind of philosophy about taking care of yourself first really transcends into the workplace as well. So if you're good, your team's going to be good, your work's going to be good. And that's just a really important part. So
Well, it really is. And it's important to surround yourself with people who are successful. And if you don't have that in your workplace or on your board, and we talk to enough folks to say, listen, we're really working on getting everyone on the same page. Well, I encourage those listening to look at this community of fundraisers. This is an international community. People are tuning in from markets, cities, and states all across the country and beyond. And so find someone out there, find them on the wall, make that connection in the conference app, because this is just a great wealth of information. So find that person, find a great fundraising partner, someone you can reach out to and ask questions. And I think that will really help us as we wrap up day 2 of Raise and look to the fundraising future.
Yeah, I agree. I think that in the nonprofit space, competition is really not a word, right? It's collaboration and people are willing to share. So take advantage of that. But let's jump to some of the sessions, from yesterday, starting with CEO of One Cause, Steve Johns. He is just such an eloquent speaker. It's so good to hear how connected he is with the nonprofit space, his customers, future customers, and all of really One Cause Nation and Raise Nation. He's just so connected, which is just amazing to see in a leader. But he had a major announcement yesterday about One Cause corporate social responsibility. And I know fundraisers really perked up to hear about the grants program. What do you think about that, Ben?
Well, of course, number one, I'm not even surprised because we know that Steve has always led this way of always really with a major component of giving back and support. I'll give Steve a great shout out that during some of my virtual events, I saw his name up there on the donation board. So I was happy to give him a shout out. And really, it's just about leading by example and leading with putting the nonprofits, the charities, the foundations, putting them first. And so what an opportunity to extend this chance for someone to elevate their fundraising and One Cause giving back. So big shout out to Steve and the entire team, because we know it was an amazing decision. And we know that all the good folks at One Cause are on board with this. So, I mean, if someone missed that yesterday, if they were maybe tied up in a session, why don't you give them a little heads up about this great opportunity?
Sure. Yeah. So yesterday's announcement included the One Cause Corporate Grants Program. So there's an online application for nonprofits to complete. It's available at onecause.com. And One Cause is granting 2 technology-based grants valued at $10,000 each. It comes complete with all the consulting and professional services and support that one would need. The idea is to really help any nonprofit, as long as you're a 501c3 and you fit any of the cause areas of focus, which I'll go over in just a second, apply, because this will really boost your tech stack and not just bring technology into your organization, but bring all of the best practices in, all of the knowledge that we've gained as One Cause over 12 years, and help that nonprofit take it to the next level set, catapult that fundraising forward to really drive the mission. So there's 3 cause areas of focus, and I thought it was pretty clever. There's the Nourish to Flourish, which is all about mental health and well-being. The whole One Cause believes in safe and healthy environments and promotes self-care, which we're just talking about. So that's one cause area of focus. The other is Building Better Tomorrows, all about community. The community strength is certainly achieved when people support one another. So that's another cause focus. And then the last one is 21% oxygen and 78% nitrogen, all about sustainability. So if you are a 501c3 and you fit any one of these buckets or cause areas of focus, go ahead and apply. All the terms and conditions and information are on onecause.com. And of course, the online application is there as well.
Look, and you need to just jump out there and apply. And I just applaud really One Cause for leading the way here, because I think we've noticed over the last 19 months that certain corporate cultures have really emerged as leaders in communities. Those that stood by their charities when the charities needed them in a time of uncertainty, corporations that continue to sponsor amazing events. And if you're listening and you're wondering, well, is this a good time to be asking for sponsorships? The answer is absolutely yes.
Sure.
Because this is a great time for people to shine in this moment, and they want to do it. They have an opportunity to support their communities and charities, and they're absolutely doing it. Not only are the businesses doing it, individuals are doing it. And the feedback that I hear from corporations who step up to be sponsors, from restaurant owners, they're saying, Ben, we want to partner with our charity because we want to make sure that they succeed because they're providing the service that people need at this most critical time. And we also know from a business standpoint, like the restaurant owner told me, yes, it was a pretty tough time there doing all to go food. But you know what, Ben, when people go back to eat and the world reopens, we want them thinking of us first. And therefore, we are happy to be featured at either a live auction or in a silent auction. So I just say take that with some confidence when you go back for your procurement for your next event, for sponsorships or auction items. And One Cause is just providing another great example of how businesses will step up in a time of crisis to really lead the way and lead us out of here. I'm fired up about it.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I can't wait to hear the announcement early December because applications are open through November 1st. And in early December, the grantees will be announced. And it's just going to be really nice to take them on that journey, not only to deliver great technology to them, but also the consulting. And I bet some of the grantees might just need some auctioneer advice. Any idea where that we can send them if they should?
Okay, absolutely, Dawn, because I did just say when I heard this announcement, I, of course, would love to jump in on this. And if you're an award winner, I am a fundraising auctioneer. I have conducted over 2,000 events. And so we have learned along the way what to do and definitely what not to do. And believe me, I'm the one that had to learn those hard lessons. So I am happy for these award winners to provide, of course, all of the auctioneering consulting, of course, for free, as a way to partner with One Cause and help in this great program. Because I can tell you, we hear a lot of people say, here's an idea we've got. And I'll say, oh, we have tried that about 75 times. You may want to try something a little bit different. So believe me, I am happy to help and happy to share in this. It would be a thrill.
See how that happens? I mean, good just leads to more good. And I think that's what we heard from the keynote speaker yesterday, Pam Sherman, the amazing Pam Sherman. And let me say that a different way, the Pam Sherman, not to be confused with any other Pam Sherman. She was an amazing, when I look at her profile and resume, I'm just awe-inspired. Are you not? I mean, she is just, what hasn't she done? But she, in her very vast career, as an attorney and just what an incredible professional life and personal life that this woman has led. But she landed on two things in her career choices as they evolved: leadership and philanthropy, and doing good, men and women, for each other. And she's so inspiring and was very concerned about her keynote being interactive and being connected. And then you and I had the pleasure of interviewing her, and it was just sheer joy, 30 minutes of sheer joy. And that's what she was talking about, how good builds on good. So here it is, you hear an announcement, One Cause is doing a grant program, and right away you want to jump in on that and be like, well, how can I do the same thing? What can I give? How can I contribute? And that's what Pam's message was really about. Was she not amazing, Ben?
Oh, she was, and I'll just go ahead and just say it one more time. That's thepamsherman.com if you want to find out more. In fact, I think I need to change my website from custombenefitauctions.com to thebenfarrell.com.
There you go.
I'm just kidding. I'm not doing that. But no, she was fantastic, and she was full of energy. And one great little story, I mean, tune in to hear it all. But, she found herself in an amazing place, really, as a result of some pretty challenging circumstances, working at a law firm that went out of business in 2008, right? And so that what we would consider a challenging situation, an unfortunate occurrence, she actually unlocked a great new life for herself. So she had a lot of great tips to share. So make sure that you tune in to hear, because the storytelling and leadership advice, absolutely, she was great. She was great, Don.
And she left me with a beautiful bracelet from relate.org. I believe the website is relate.org.za. It's just such a charming bracelet. It has a little inspirational charm on it. And it just, this little bracelet, which is so adorable, has helped so many different communities, the people who make the bracelet, the sales of the bracelet that goes to, a local school. It's just so clever. So, I'm really at a loss for words. Really is adorable. I encourage all the listeners out there to look up the Pam Sherman, and of course, the foundation Relate. It's just really, and follow the story and the journey. It's just amazing. But we had some other fan favorites yesterday too. What about Patrick Kirby? Is he on fire with his song and his session? Do you know, Ben, that we had 90 reviews? So if you're listening to this during the Raise conference, please take the time to review some of the speakers, because that's how we can build really tremendous content. Well, in this particular case, Patrick Kirby received 90 reviews, 90, and they were all 5 stars, all of them. He's a 5-star, 90 review speaker. Like, wow. And we have the pleasure of interviewing him in a short while here for Raise Nation Radio. He was certainly a fan favorite for sure.
Well, he was. And, the reviews are so very helpful, of course, because it allows One Cause to obviously go after that content that the fundraisers are eager to hear and eager to learn. And man, what a just presentation. I mean, it's all you have to do is see that every review is 5 stars. So that's what we're looking for. I am fired up to hear from him. And, I just can't wait. I can't wait to dive a little bit deeper there and ask him some questions and get his feedback on the experience. And just to say, this is an online gathering. It's another just reinforcement that an online gathering works. I mean, we are, in fact, all at the same place at the same time. It just happens to be online. So although we're not together in the room, we are together in our commitment to this mission to help fundraisers raise more money for the charities to be more successful and just bringing everyone together. So and Pam said the same thing. What she was energized after her online presentation because she was interacting via chat. And she said that chat was so great for that instant feedback. So it's really like having a digital conversation. But the difference, of course, about being online, Dawn, is that everyone has a voice. So everyone gets to share. I just think that is just fantastic, which you don't have at live events.
Yeah, good point. Very, very good point. I really feel the connection for sure this year at Raise, as I do every year at Raise. So I can't wait to see what next year brings. If we could, fast forward. Our morning show where we've talked for 20 minutes already. There's so much more to review, but I also want to take a look ahead. Before we do, ending the sessions yesterday with Reggie and Josh Meyer from One Cause was hilarious. I had the pleasure of watching them live when they were doing their live stream. I also got to see them rehearse as they were, dancing in the dark. And there was just this cool music playing. And then, of course, they bantered back and forth about the virtual poker, which was not just a happy hour event, but also a hands-on learning experience for fearless fundraisers to get an idea of how they could have a very easy online fundraiser leveraging poker and so much fun. And the great thing about online poker is that you want people to continue to play and they're having fun. So they want to continue to play. So they continue to buy more chips, which gives that event recurring donations aside from just the initial ticket sale. So it was just lots of fun. We got some winners that were going to be announced today. They've gotten from Fated Spade, the sponsor of the poker tournament, donated a free poker tournament to the charity that won. And then some of the other winners got Amazon gift cards. So it was super fun. It started off with Steve Johns and the Pam Sherman and ended with Reggie, Rivers and Josh Meyer just bantering and having, fun. It's just the whole day was incredible.
Yeah, I think maybe I'm going to vote for next year at Ray's conference that one of the sessions be a dance class with those two leading the way. Okay, how about that? Because if we don't have a Ray's conference without Josh Meyer dancing, then we're truly missing out.
Oh, they had the moves. I'm not so, I mean, I don't know who I would declare winner because Reggie Rivers got some moves and so does Josh Meyer, and it was fun to watch. But let's fast forward to today. I hear that my co-host might be running a session today. Is that true, Mr. Farrell?
Oh, for sure. I cannot wait to have a class here today with so many great fundraisers. And we're talking about hybrid events. And that has certainly been a buzzword that's been discussed for months and months. And so we're going to talk about all the different ways and what does it mean to have hybrid? Because the first thought was, well, this means I have to have a complete online virtual event and a full in-person event all happening simultaneously. I have to recreate my online event from last year, plus I have to organize an in-person. And we're not seeing anyone really that thinks that that's the way it's going to go. So it's really going to be a digital complement. How can you create a digital complement to support an in-person event? Or how can you have a small in-person event or gathering to support your online? So there's a lot of varieties going there. And I think it's going to be a great discussion. So everyone that joins us, bring your best ideas, because this is really, we don't have the playbook for hybrid. We are writing the playbook in this very moment. So we want to bring all of our best ideas. And I am excited. I'm excited to be there today. 1:00, everybody, 1:00.
I'll be tuning. Oh, no, I think I have an interview with another Raise Nation radio guest, but I'll be sure to get it on demand. That's the other beautiful thing about Raise Conference. All of the material and content will be available post-Raise on demand. And if you are an attendee for the 2021 conference, all of that will be available to you at no charge. If you didn't attend Raise, well, we still making that available for a very modest fee. I believe it's going to be $49. Can you imagine that, Ben? All this amazing content available to you on demand for only $49. And so I think that's a great opportunity for those who missed Raise and for those who didn't, to just have this, playbooks, a library, if you will, of thought leaders giving you advice that you can draw upon all year long. So I think that's really special.
I think it's special as well. And really, I mean, one of the biggest challenges, right, of great conferences is deciding what session to attend. And, you have, if you say yes to one thing, you're saying no to two or three other great presentations. So take the time and go back and learn from and read the other questions, because the Q&As are there. And just learn. And plus, all of our presenters have been very gracious to share their contact information. So if you have a detailed question, they have agreed they're going to make that time. So reach out, connect with them, and see if you have a deeper dive question, see if they can help you in your fundraising planning. I mean, very, very gracious presenters all across the board, Dawn. It's been great.
Yeah, the collaboration is amazing. And then we forgot one very, very important thing. Today, on day 2, we have another keynote address. So Raise doesn't have just one keynote. We have 2 keynotes. We have Shauna Adamick. She's the executive director of Cerner Charitable Foundation, and she's equally amazing with all of the other speakers and keynotes. I really can't wait to hear what she has to say. She'll be doing both the general session and as well as the closing session, Go Forth Fundraisers. So I'm looking forward to everything that she has to say. And I just can't believe that we have 2 keynote speakers at this year's Raise Conference.
I thought that was a great addition. And, Shauna's going to be talking about resilience and innovation. I mean, resilience, you may have heard that word. We hear it all the time. But if you just take a few moments to really embrace that sense of resiliency, I mean, resiliency is, of course, how you respond to any sort of adversity. And we know, of course, fundraisers face lots and lots of adversity. So it's how you respond. And if you can respond with innovation, with creativity, you're most definitely going to be successful. And also, Dawn, the awards are today. Day 2 is awards day.
Oh gosh, more awards. It's not ending. I don't know what to even do first here at Raise. We have Storyteller of the Year, Innovator of the Year, and fundraiser of the year. And we'll have the pleasure of interviewing some of them later today on the Raise Nation Radio. So that's super fun.
Well, it is going to be fun. I always love hearing this. The stories are just amazing. And you, of course, with so many great nominations, it's certainly not easy to select, winners, if we want to call them. We'll call them those we want to recognize, because every charity in its own right, of course, is just doing amazing things. So if you're listening right now and you know a great fundraiser, or you just want to recognize the hard work of your nonprofit, don't hesitate in nominating for next year, because the more nominations, the better. And we all learn from one another. It's just a great moment to step back, Dawn, and recognize the hard work of nonprofits, not just in these last 19 months, but each and every year, because it is always a challenge, but the payoffs are enormous.
It really is a celebration, just a celebration of fearless fundraisers and the nonprofit community. And I can't believe we've run out of time. I think I'm going to have to talk to the powers that be to see if we can make this morning show an hour, not a half hour, because it's just been so fun. Excuse me. We also have the sponsor pavilion open. There's over 18 logos there, everything from how to double your donation with Amply and double the donation. We have no risk products for your silent and live auction from many different providers, CRM software like with Virtuous, and artificial intelligence with Boodle, t-shirt fundraising with Bonfire, how to start video texting with KindCatch. I mean, it's just endless resources. So all the fearless fundraisers out there, if you have a moment, we do have an eat and greet. We've heard of meet and greet. This is eat and greet. So have your lunch and visit some of those sponsor pavilions. There is video chat live. It's not just reading a PDF file or watching a video. You actually can fire up a live conversation with any of our sponsors right through the Raise Conference app. Super interactive, super helpful, certainly saves time. When you're looking for new technology, you're making phone calls and scheduling demos and bringing in your stakeholders. Here you can just fire up a conversation, get all the information that you need, all within the Raise Conference app. Super exciting.
Oh, gosh. And slow me down if I've already said this, but when it comes to these sponsors, remember, they're working with charities nationwide. They can tell you what's working in certain areas. They can tell you what works, what doesn't work. And some of those on your sponsor page, by the way, I worked with all the way through the pandemic. And I just want to say I applaud all of those amazing vendors that really adapted their services to meet the needs of the charities where they were in the pandemic. I mean, there's lots of providers, but the travel providers, for one, were really generous in extending that redemption period for winners, just making it easier to say yes. And, last December, Dawn, you can remember what it was like last December, pretty wild and crazy across America. I was selling trips to Italy and beyond, right? Because people said, listen, we don't know when this is going to end, but it's going to end sometime. And when it does, I want to be in the first place in line to be flying to a beautiful destination. So reach out to all those vendors, because they bring a wealth of information, a wealth of experience, and we're glad to have them for sure.
It's like that choose now, pack later, right? We're going to choose now and help the be aligned with that charity that we love so much and make that donation. And then we have something to look forward to later. So we have Winspire with us, Go Charity, auction packages. Please check them out, because they have been very generous through this very difficult time. And let's show them some love. But there's 18 logos there, lots of resources. So be sure to check them out. But Ben, I feel so sad. It's all the time that we have for today. We have to get ready for the next interview.
Can't believe it.
Yep. Well, so fearless fundraisers, that's about it for today, or the morning show, I should say. Plenty more to come today. Thank you so much for listening. We do hope you enjoyed today's Raise Nation topic. And as I like to say, your daily dose of fundraising inspiration. I'd like to thank our sponsor, too, One Cause, for making this episode possible. One Cause is driving the future of fundraising with easy-to-use software solutions that help nonprofits connect with donors. So be sure to check them out at onecause.com. On behalf of my co-host, the Benjamin Farrell, a big shout out. And, Ben, thanks for spending some time with me this morning and doing the Ben and Dawn morning show. It's been super fun. You're so wonderful and authentic and have such great advice for fearless fundraisers. And I'm certainly looking for more later today, connecting with Ben, One Cause Nation, Raise Nation, and all our fearless fundraisers. Until next time, I'm Dawn Lego, and this is Raise Nation Radio. Stay fearless out there. One Cause is the proud sponsor of Raise Nation Radio and your daily dose of fundraising inspiration. One Cause is driving the future of fundraising with easy-to-use software solutions that help nonprofits connect with donors. Day in and day out, One Cause puts your cause at the center of everything they do. Let One Cause power your fundraising.